I'm Tiffany Rose. I was a old school hustler. Now I'm an entrepreneur.
I'm Gigi. I was just disgruntled and devastated, especially after incarceration. And now I'm a lot more refined.
My name is Brandi Davis, and I was broken. Now I'm focusing on my healing. Just because you're a trap queen don't mean you have to be trapping or doing something illegal. It's all about the hustle. So if you got a legitimate hustle that's getting you some money, I still consider you a trap queen.
My mental state at that particular time was all over the place. So I had a village around me that just kind of like nurtured me and took care of me until I was able to kind of like stand up a little bit.
A month after my episode aired, February 12th, I lost my mom. Me and my family were having a really hard time getting adjusted to life without my mom. But we've been leaning on each other for strength. My son was having a hard time, but now that football has started back up, I think he redirected his energy into football. He's been doing amazing. And at this point in our life, we just trying to figure life out without my mom.
I recently just moved from Michigan to Los Angeles. My life has changed tremendously since the show. I was told for years from my family that I was a dressed up mess. And that came from me trying to keep my criminal life covered. So I felt like if I smiled or if I walked or if I dressed a certain way, a lot of people wouldn't know what I was doing. So I just took what I was doing, my love for clothes and hustling, I just turned it into a $1 million business. My sales for my business have really skyrocketed. We finished out last year with over $1.2 million, but the show didn't air until January. And when the show aired, grossed about $200,000 in the month of January. So it's changed a lot.
There's this narrative that I sat up there and I took all this money from those people. And I did. The only reason, and I'm not saying that this makes it right, the only reason why I snatched that money is because I knew the government was gonna have to sit up there and give it back to them. And they weren't doing shit with it. No, I'm sitting there and I say it to make it lighter for me so that I could feel better about the crime. There should be anything where it makes me feel like good about what I've done.
And I think the misconception that people have of me is like that I glorify the lifestyle or I was infatuated with the lifestyle and I love the lifestyle so much. But what they don't understand is that lifestyle was something I was born into. I didn't choose to be born into a lifestyle where my dad was a drug dealer and a hustler. I didn't choose that. So really, I became a product of my environment. And yes, I did things just like any typical person does things when they're young. We make mistakes. I paid the consequences for the mistakes that I made. And I don't want to live that life no more. And I've turned over a new leaf. You can find my book on all platforms. The high price I had to pay for. I've been trying to find what I want to do with my nonprofit. It was really mostly focused on women coming home from prison, but it's so much going on in our society right now with violence amongst our teenagers and our children. So I'm redirecting my focus onto the inner city children who's been affected with a parent being incarcerated, or even to assist the grandmas that was like my mother, who was there to raise my child when I was gone. So if you want to reach out to me or be a part of anything, if you're looking to help the youth, you can DM me on Instagram at @FreePrettyGirls.
I have another book coming out. It's called The Perfect Mindset. So that'll be out in the fall of this year. And doing some other things. Just got another warehouse here in LA, so I'm just really excited what the future holds.
The novel that's coming out, United States versus Dwen. That, for me, is real big. It's a lot more detail from what you see on American Gangster Trap Queens.
I hope that people look at my story and it'll prevent them from making the same mistakes that I did. A lot of times we're so consumed with material things and partying and having fun, but when all that stuff is over, you left by yourself and lonely. Like, when you hit rock bottom, the only people that's really around is gonna be your immediate family and friends, and mostly family. So I tell people, appreciate your family, love on your family, because a lot of people be fake friends. They be around for the ride, and when the ride stops, they know where to be found. But it's those that's been rocking with you from day one that's gonna hold you down even through your low times and help lift you back up.
To be aware and try not to be fearful. It's scary, especially if you're alone. You know what's so crazy? My little sister, she gave me a phone after I had got out, after doing all this time, which was 77 and a half months. She gave me a phone and it didn't have a push button. It had like a slide thing, you know, and I didn't know how to slide it. And I was frustrated because I couldn't answer the phone when they were calling. So it's like, you gotta be more aware of technology. It's not easy, and you have to take things a step at a time. You just gotta step out on faith.
My thing would be, don't set unrealistic expectations for yourself. Don't beat yourself up if you feel like you're not moving fast enough or progressing fast enough. When I first came home, I had it in my mind that I was gonna focus on my son, work hard for the things I want, and it's gonna take time and patience. Nothing's gonna happen overnight.
Just try to tap into what your future should be. Try to leave your past behind, whatever different things that you may have wanted to do in your life, but your particular past has stopped you. Just try to embark on that and, you know, try to move forward and execute whatever it is that you may want to do.